Let's start off by looking at this conversation starter, how we've reached this moment in history.
The referendum is on Saturday, and it's important that we should have the maximum vote.
The High Court delivered its historic judgment on the Mabo case.
The most important court decision.
The case is a moral victory.
For the pain, suffering and hurt of these stolen generations, their descendants and for their families left behind, we say sorry.
The Uluru Statement from the Heart is Australia's greatest act of faith, hope and love.
We are seeking to secure support for the question and the associated provisions in time for a successful referendum in this term of Parliament.
Reconciliation is a long time coming. A century or more of reforms, changes, disappointments, passion, moments in history. But we could be about to see the biggest change of all, a referendum to give Indigenous people a permanent voice. How radical are the proposed changes to the Constitution?
Interestingly, of all the various drafts that have been floating around for some years about this is the most minimalistic I've seen.
One thing that critics keep asking is, where is the detail? What would a voice look like? Well, under the previous coalition government, there was an extensive co-design process. I was part of it. And here's the result. 275 pages in black and white of what a local, regional and national Indigenous voice could be.
We presented a report to government. Government's accepted the report. Prime Minister Albanese has said that he'll see that as central to the development of the design of the new voice. We now have to take what we proposed back out there to the community.
It empowers a group of people who will be operating through that voice, which we've tried previously and it hasn't worked. I think we just need to move forward and deal with the real social, practical, economic issues of Aboriginal people.
So what do we know about the voice to Parliament so far? Well, Anthony Albanese has committed to a referendum in this Parliament, possibly as early as the middle of next year. The question will be simple. Do you support an alteration to the Constitution that establishes an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice? The voice will be established permanently. Only another referendum could abolish it. It'll make representations to Parliament, but it's not a third chamber. Its powers will be advisory only.
How do we give Indigenous people reason to believe that the future will be different from the past?
Whether you support the voice, oppose it, or like many, you're waiting to make up your mind, I reckon most of us reckon something has to change in this country. All children should start with an equal chance at life. So while some people say that this is about dividing the nation, I reckon it's a chance to bring us together. And whatever your view, we should all be joining the debate.